Okay, students. So till now, till last class, we have seen how to find the equivalent resistances. So equivalent resistances, if it is a symmetric circuit, say suppose if we get some complex circuits, if they are symmetric, how to solve them, all these things we have seen. Now in today's session, we will try to see how to solve circuits. They will give circuits and they will ask us to find what voltage, current across the branches, all these. Okay, so in today's session we will see some techniques for that. So already you might have seen the video lectures related to circuit theory. Okay, so in that, certain things which we need to understand is concept number one is current division rule. Current division rule. Suppose if a current is coming like this, okay, and two resistances are there, say R1 and R2. Current I is coming. Through R1, current I1 will go. Through R2, current I2 will be going. Okay, so this current I will be dividing across R1 and R2 based on the values of resistances. Okay, so how to find I1? So I1 is equal to this main current I into opposite branch resistance. So see, to find I1, I am now taking R1. I took R2, divide by R1 plus R2. Clear? Same way, I2 is equal to I into R1 divide by R1 plus R2. Okay, so this is what is current division rule. Okay, this is one concept. This will come here and there. We must be in a position to use this, apply this knowledge in circuits. This is one concept. So I am moving. Okay, if you want to see this slide, you can comment. Okay, another concept is already we have seen all this, but again, just a revision. Suppose if we get a circuit like this. Okay, suppose if this is, say, current is going like this, if this is 4 volt, if this is 2 volt, and this current is 2 ampere, if this is 2 ohm, and if this is 3 ohm, say, if this terminal is A and this terminal is B, certain situations will come. We will have to find the potential difference between point A and point B. Suppose the potential at point A is VA and the potential at B is VB. Suppose if they ask what is the potential difference between A and B, if it is asked like this, or say for some applications or in some problems, we are in need to find the potential difference across A and B. Now, how to find? Suppose say suppose okay 50 bounties, chocolates bounty, 50 bounties are there, 50 bounties are coming. Okay, say in a basket 50 bounties are coming. Okay, if it is coming like this, so here a child is there, here one child is there, okay, here one child is there, you people only, and finally the bounty basket came here. Okay, this is chocolate. So what will happen when it comes? This baby took 2 bounties, this baby took 3 bounties, and this baby took maybe 4 bounties. So 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 2 9. So 9 bounties they have taken totally. So what will happen when we come here? This is going to be only 41 bounties. So the difference of bounties between this A point and B point is what? 9 bounties we say, right? Difference of bounties. 50 bounties here, 41 bounties there. But what is the difference of numbers of bounty chocolates at A and B? If we ask, what we will do? How many bounties these children took? That we will have to subtract. So that is what happens here also. Okay, when we go, when a current passes like this, plus minus, current passes from higher potential to lower potential. So we put a sign convention like this. Already you might have watched these videos. So 2 ampere into 2 ohm, this is going to be 4 volt. 4 volt drop will be there. And here 2 ampere is coming here also. So this is going to be 6 volt drop will be there. So we will have to write the equation. So VA, the potential at A minus, because plus minus, I am taking the second signs, minus 4 volt. Now here it is plus minus, so again minus 4 volt. Here plus minus, minus 6 volt. Here this battery is connected, minus plus, so I am taking 2 volt minus VB is equal to 0. So now we are getting VA minus VB is equal to what? 4 plus 10, 14, 12. This is going to be 12 volt. So the potential difference between point A and B is what? 12 volt. Okay, likewise, if they ask VB minus VA, that also we can find. Suppose if they ask VB minus VA, what we can do? We can start from this side, no problem. VB, when we come this side, this is going to be minus 2. In the direction of current, we should mark plus and minus. This is a sign convention which I am following. Okay, you can also follow the same thing to avoid confusion. Now here minus plus, so we took plus 6, and here plus 4 minus VA is equal to 0. So now VB minus VA, if I take like that, 6 plus 4, 10, somewhere I have taken wrong. This is plus, this is plus, this is plus, this is minus. Okay, let us see. 4, 14, I think correct. Yeah, minus 12 volt, correct or what? So since B is at a lower potential than A, we got minus 12 volt. That is the difference. VA minus VB is 12 volt. VB minus VA is minus 12 volt. So either way we can take. Okay, so this is one method. Okay, when we get an open circuit like this, open circuit in the sense a part of a circuit. Current will not flow through open circuit. A part of a circuit is given like this. We can find the potential difference like this. Is it clear? Any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, please mention in the chat box. Or if it is clear, please say that also in the chat box. Okay, Abhilash, clear. Satana, fine, understood. Okay, anyone has any doubt? Bharati, okay. If anyone has any doubt, okay, anything you can ask. This live session is for clarifying the doubts, for clearing the concepts and all. Okay. Okay, fine. So hope everyone is comfortable. Okay, anyone has any doubt? Okay, fine. So this is one concept. Another thing you might be remembering, we have seen, suppose if we get circuits, okay, if we get circuits like this, if we get circuits like this, maybe here a battery and here a resistance, and here if we get a battery, something like this. Okay, suppose if this is E1, this is R1, R3, R2, then how we can find the current across the various branches? So for that, what we have done, we have used nodal analysis. Nodal analysis is very much easier when compared to mesh analysis. So wherever if mesh analysis is not compulsory, always we should choose nodal analysis. How to do nodal analysis? Suppose consider this as 0 voltage. Okay, we have connected to ground, and let's just take the node voltage as V. So then consider all the currents are what going out, I1, I2, I3. So V minus E1 is the voltage difference in the first branch, divide by R1, plus V minus 0 by R2, plus V minus, suppose if this is E2, okay, or E3, V minus E3 divided by R3, this is equal to 0. So like this, we can find voltage. If we find voltage, what is this? This is I1, this is I2, and this is I3. This is equal to 0. This is what we have done here. So if we get I1 or I2 or I3 as negative, the indication is that the direction we have taken is wrong. We should take the opposite direction. That is the only thing. Here, every current we have considered as leaving current. This is a sign convention we have taken. Okay, definitely one current will be entering. Okay, so when to use nodal analysis is in these kind of situations. If we get a Sadhana is asking when to use nodal analysis. If we get a circuit like this, we can use nodal analysis. In the previous circuit, they see this one we have done. Here we cannot use nodal analysis. Okay, there is no node at all. I mean, there is no principal node like 3 branches coming joining together. That is not there. Here, see, 3 branches are joined here. These kind of situations we can use nodal analysis. Okay, same question can be solved using mesh analysis also. What is mesh analysis? Just like taking the loop. Consider this as I1 current, this as I2 current. Okay, I will draw separately, then I shall show that. Okay, we will take the same figure in the next page. Same thing. Okay, so here a battery, a resistance, another battery, E1, R1, R2, R3, E3. So here, suppose this is nodal analysis previously we have done. Now let us see mesh analysis. So mesh analysis is just applying KVL. We are using KVL here. In nodal analysis, in this thing, we are using what? KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. And in mesh analysis, we are using KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So what we do here, we will be marking a clockwise current. We do not know clockwise or anti-clockwise, but we are marking this. And again, here also, I am marking here I2. So now when we put I1 and I2 and all, we should mark plus minus properly. Okay, to write mesh equation. So current is coming, plus minus. Current is coming, plus minus. Likewise, we can take. What about I2? I2 in the direction, if it is coming plus minus. I2 coming plus minus. Likewise. Okay. Now if we write KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, the sum of all voltages in a loop will be 0. Let us see. So E1, okay, in clockwise direction we are taking E1. Now minus I1 R1. When we come in the middle branch, there I1 and I2 are there. Consider I1 is greater than I2. Okay, just we are considering like that. Minus I1 minus I2 into R2. This is equal to 0. This is one equation for the first loop. Second loop, okay, we are just taking in the clockwise direction. When we take clockwise direction, minus E3, because this is plus, this is minus. I am taking the second sign. When we come like this, R2 plus minus. So minus I2 here. When we consider the second loop, I am considering I2 is greater than I1. So I2 minus I1 into R2. Again, minus I2 R3. This is equal to 0. This is the second equation. So whichever is given in the question, if we substitute that and if we solve this equation, we will be getting all the currents in all the branches. But here two equations are there. But in this thing, only one equation is there. This is going to be comparatively easy. Nodal analysis compared to mesh analysis. Any doubt in this process? This also you must understand, because we do not know. Suppose based on the question, suppose if we may how to use mesh analysis. So just understand this process also, practice this also. Okay, any doubt in this, anyone? If you have any doubt, you can comment. If it is understood, okay, fine, we will proceed. Okay, Sadhana, understood. Other children? Okay, anyone to understand? Abhilash, Anupama, Bharati, what about Gopika, Gaudam, Kavimitra, Ramanan, Rifa, Sadhana, Shanmati, Shivani, Harini, Srinidhi, Subhashri, and Ria is also there, na? Ria. Okay, so Rifa, Rafiq, if anyone has any doubt, please ask. Okay, Abhilash, okay, I shall repeat this. Okay, I will repeat this. Yes, sure. Okay, I will repeat once again. What we are doing is, in a clockwise direction, we are taking current. Okay, so first loop I have taken I1, second loop I have taken I2. In the direction of current, I mark plus minus in the resistance, just to indicate that current is moving from positive to negative. And this plus minus I am marking in order to write the equations correctly. Otherwise, there is a chance that we write it wrong. So in the first loop also we write based on I1. In the second loop also we write plus minus based on I2. Now, in the clockwise direction, we write the equation. First we write E1 minus plus. So we write here plus E1. R1 plus minus. So minus I1 R1. Okay, all these are sum of voltages. When I come to this middle branch R2, I am taking the difference of I1 and I2. Here I am considering I1 is greater than I2, but I do not know. Okay, just as a method, I am following this. I1 minus I2 into R2. So first equation is done. Now second equation, I start again in the clockwise direction. E3 plus minus in the direction of current clockwise. This polarity is like this, plus minus. So I took minus I3, then minus. When I come to this R2, I consider I2 is greater than I1. So I2 minus I1 into R2. Then minus I2 R3. Two equations are there. Now if we solve them, we will be getting the answers. Is it clear, Bharat? Now let us see. Okay, we will see examples. Okay. Okay, so this is one question. This is one question. We can do this problem in any way. Okay, in mesh analysis way or nodal analysis way, whichever way. So this circuit is lying like this. Personally, for me, I am comfortable if I stand it erect. So if I do like that, I will redraw this circuit. In whichever way you want, you can do, no worries. But I am just trying to do in this way. So I drew like this. Now they have given E2. E2 is equal to 6 volt. R3 is given us 4 ohm. Now R2 is given us 2 ohm. Now E1 is 4 volt and R1 is going to be 2 ohm. Everything is ready. And they have given like I2 is moving in this direction and I1 is flowing in this direction. They have given. Okay. Anyway, but I am going to do mesh analysis, so I will be just putting V here, and I am just indicating here 0 volt. Now let me see what is the real current direction. Now I am not considering I1 and I2. I am simply, what I am doing is V minus 6 by 4 plus V by 2 plus V. Now this V I have considered like what? Positive. Positive means it, if I consider like this, then this polarity, if I consider with this 4 volt, see, minus plus, they are in the same polarity, they are in the same direction. So when minus comes here, I will be putting V plus 4 by 2. This is equal to 0. Clear or what? Now we will take LCM. 4 is LCM. So V minus 6 plus 2V plus 2V plus 8 is equal to 0. Then this 4 will go to the other side, that will become 0, and this will become what? 5 volt. This will become what? 5 volt. 5 volt plus 2 is equal to 0. So 5 volt is equal to now minus 2. V is equal to minus 2 by 5. So V is equal to minus 2 by 5 means here the voltage is nothing but minus 2 by 5 volt. Now from this minus 2 by 5 volt, I can find I2, I1, anything. So this is one method. This is one method. So how can I find I2? This is minus 2 by 5 I got. Now to find I2, can you mute your audio? Someone's Sadhana. Okay. Okay. So I2 is what? I2 is equal to this 6 volt is greater than this minus 2 by 5. 6 minus of minus 2 by 5 divided by 4. So if we solve this equation, if we solve this, we will be getting 6 plus 2 by 5 by 4. So this is going to be what? 30 plus 2 divided by 4 into 5. This is going to be 20. So 32 divided by 20. So what will come here? 1.6 ampere will be coming. 1.6 ampere. So current I2 is 1.6 ampere. What about current I1? Current I1, that also we can find out. So to find current I1, what we can do? Here 4 volt is there. So minus 2 by 5. Minus 2 by 5 means, now this is how the polarity is. Okay, minus 2 by 5. And we can consider like this is 4 volt and 2 ohm. 2 ohm. So this is 4 volt. This is what is this nodal voltage. So now here plus minus, and this is minus plus. So the order is different. So I1 is equal to which, in which direction I1 will be? First of all, I1 will be in which direction? Let us take the present direction itself. If we consider, let us see. Okay, so I1 is equal to minus 2 by 5 minus of minus 4 divided by 2. So if we do like this, minus 2 by 5 plus 4 divided by 2. So minus 2 plus 4 into 5 is 20 divided by 10. So this is going to be what? 18 by 10. So this is going to be 1.8 ampere. 1.8 ampere. So I1 we are getting as 1.8 ampere. Okay, so they are asking I1. Option is there. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, please go through this solution. Did you understand? Any doubt anywhere? Please go through the solution. All the points, all the steps. If you have any doubt, you can point out and ask. Okay, Sadhana understood. Sri Lakshmi understood. Fine. Abhilash, fine. Anyone has any doubt? Okay, Gopika. Okay, so no one has any doubt. I think all of you understood. Fine. Now, this we have done using what method? Nodal method. Shall we try? Okay, Kavimitra. Fine. Shall we try using mesh also? Mesh analysis also we can try. Okay. Okay, so the same circuit we will redraw. Okay, so what is E1 is 4 volt, R1 is 2 ohm, and R2 is 2 ohm, R3 is 4 ohm, and this is E2. E2 is how much? 6 volt. Okay, so this one, if we try to do using mesh analysis, we can do like this. I considered current I1 like this, considered current I2 like this. So how they have taken, we will take in the way they have taken. So this is I1 they have taken, and this is how they have taken I2. Okay. Okay. So if we consider like this, I1 is flowing like this, plus minus, plus minus. Here I2 is coming like a plus minus, plus minus. So if we take this loop, let us take 6, okay, minus I2 minus I1 into 2. This is the voltage drop across here, minus of 4 I2 is equal to 0. Second loop, if we consider, this is going to be of 4, okay, 4 minus 2 I1 and minus of I1 minus I2 into 2. This is equal to 0. So we got two equations. If we solve these two equations, we will be getting the answers. So 6 minus 2 I2 plus 2 I1 minus 4 I2 is equal to 0. So this is going to be 2 I1 minus 6 I2 is equal to minus 6, equation number 1. This is going to be 4 minus 2 I1 minus 2 I1 plus 2 I2 is equal to 0. This is going to be minus 4 I1 plus 2 I2 is equal to minus 4. Okay, so this can be made like a 4 I1 minus 2 I2 is equal to 4. This is equation number 2. I think if you solve these two equations, we will be getting I1 and I2 just like the previous problem. So mesh analysis is not very difficult in this case, I think. Comparatively, both are almost equal toughness. Okay, whichever comfortable for you, you can do this. Okay, is it clear? Any doubt in this topic? Any doubt in this topic? Okay. Okay, can you do this problem? This one? Determine the current in the circuit. Determine the current in the circuit. So here, just I am considering, since this is 10 volt is greater than 5 volts, simply I am considering this as the current direction. So in the direction of current, I am marking plus minus, plus minus. I can take clockwise also, but answer may come in minus. So it will not make any trouble. So if we do like that, we will write the mesh equation 10 minus 5. So here minus 3i minus 2i is equal to 0. So this is going to be 5 minus 5i is equal to 0. So I is equal to what? 1 ampere we are getting. Clear or what? So this is the answer. Okay, option A. Okay, clear all of you? So next session, next week also, I will be dealing the circuit itself. I will be dealing the circuit itself. You just revise all these things and come, so that along with the circuit, we will do power and energy analysis also. So here itself, I shall tell you some info about energy. See, this 10 volt here, what is the formula for power? Power is equal to either V square by R or I square R, or we can say VI also. So across the battery, the only way to find is VI. So the power across 10 volt is what? Let us consider VI. So 10 into the current is 1. So this is going to be 10 watt. And power across 5 volt, this is also what? 5 into 1. This is going to be 5 watt. Power across 3 ohm is nothing but I square R I am doing. So 1 square into 3, this is nothing but 3 watt. Power across 2 ohm is nothing but again 1 square, I square into R. So 1 square into 2, this is again 2 watt. Here, this battery is the source battery. Since this is greater 1, its magnitude is greater, its EMF is greater. This is delivering 10 watt. Actually, this battery is giving 10 watt. This is consumed by, this power is consumed by what? This 5 watt, 5 volt battery, and 3 ohm resistance is taking 3 watt plus this 2 watt. Everything putting together, how much? 10 watt. So these things are absorbing. They are absorbing this, even this 5 volt also absorbing. This is delivering power. Okay. Okay, any doubt in this, children? So in this circuit itself, we will do power and power analysis also. So please revise all these things and come, so that in the next session, we will do more circuit related problems. We will do more practice, and we will do some power analysis also, just like this. Okay, if you have any doubt in today's session, you can ask. If everything is clear, no problem. No doubts. So shall we wind up the session? If everything is clear, we will wind up the session. So meet you in the next class.